blessings, light, and love with your girl, Ray Queen, and we are about to do the damn thing. Sorry if you see the reflection in my light from my ring light, whatever. Just ignore it. So it's time to get this party started. Today we are going to start our Osiris, Root, Shango, Arushat. You should know that by now if you watched the overview video. Energy center, chakras, however you want to refer to it is fine. But just keep in mind that language does matter. Language does matter, and words give things power. Say word, word. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is we are going to break it into 3 videos. This one is released today, Monday, and then Wednesday I'll do another one, release another one, and Friday I'll release the last in the series of the root chakra. And I've done this so that we can break up the assignments and exercises and activities in the workbook, and so that you'll also have time to actually work on the assignments. People like to study the chakras, and they study it, maybe do some small things here and there, but in order to get some real results, like you got to do it. Like you really have to immerse yourself in the work of the energy center. You have to be very intentional and purposeful about what you're doing. And I get it. Some of the things seem very, they seem very insignificant. It seems like a lot of the things that we do in the energy world doesn't carry much weight, but trust me when I tell you it does. Don't play with your energy. It is the most powerful thing that we have at our full discretion. Like we control what happens with our energy, right? And whether we know it or not, we control it. Usually we don't know it, and so we're living life on default, and things are happening to us as a result of what we are unknowingly or unconsciously doing. So why don't we bring the unconscious to consciousness and be very intentional about how we speak, first of all, and secondly, how we use our energy, right? Because you can't play with your energy. You just can't. So we're going to get this party started. I have a bunch of slides and some interesting, dope information to work with. Don't forget all things red this week, or black. Black is also a root chakra color. So if you don't have a lot of red, then go black. And I mean, go in with the red and go in with the black. Try to wear red or black every day. Surround yourself with red. I pull out my root chakra body butter. I pull out my root chakra coasters to put my wine on, because I like my wine. Quit playing. My mugs for my coffee in the morning time. Just go in. And then there's other little things you can do. I keep my stones on me. I have one in my bra. Of course, you see me in all my red. But another thing you can do, I'm going to mess this up, is I have those little, I'm going to knock this over, dollar store flowers. If you go to the Dollar Tree, you can get these little fake, girl, it just popped off. These little fake flowers, right? All colors, orange, red, yellow. I have all of them. It costs $1 for one bunch. And what I do is I keep them on my desk if they're not fucking falling apart. And then they're right here on my desk. And I sprinkle the oils that are associated with whatever energy center I'm working on. And if I'm not working on an energy center, I just use whatever essential oil that I like. Or I need. I use a lot of peppermint. I use a lot of eucalyptus. I use a lot of sandalwood. Just depends. And if you're not familiar with the power of oils, you will be. You're going to learn today. And then also I have this root chakra oil blend. It is infused with red jasper, and it's in the roll-on bottle, which is so dope. So throughout the day, I can just, put it on my temples. I put it on my temples on my head. And I also do the whole nose thing, because you just want to keep that scent around you as much as possible to activate the energy centers surrounding the root chakra. And we're going to talk about that. I know I'm doing some of this. I know that some of you are very new to chakra studies. I've read your responses. And if I ever speak like what I'm talking about, check me. send me an email, call me up and say, yo, Ray, you tripping. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. My bad. My bad. I will step back, rewind, and I will make sure that I address whatever foolishness I'm talking about. Okay? So that being said, we're about to get this party started. I'm going to pull up the slides, get your notebooks ready, your workbooks. Hopefully you have the workbook so that you can follow along with me. But if you don't, that's peace. Just get some pencil and paper and let's do it. Let's do the damn things. Let's get this party started, people. Okay, so if you have your workbooks, get them out and let's go to page 4. We're going to rock with page 4 first, okay? So our root chakra relates to the element earth. Well, let's start at the beginning. So on page 4, there are symbols and correspondences. Okay, so these are this is an overview of everything we're going to cover. And we're going to cover more than this, but this is like a good introduction, a good foundation to start with. So in your workbooks, you can complete this information. The meaning of the root chakra is the root or the support system, right? The root chakra supports our entire foundation for the most part. So that's what it means. The location is the base of the spine. The element is earth. The function of our Osiris or Asor energy center is survival or grounding. The inner state is stillness, firmness, stability, and the outer state is solid. And I misspelled solid. I do know how to spell. Whatever, y'all tripping. Solid, SOLID. And that means like our physical bodies, anything tangible, right? That's what we relate to the root chakra, our bodies, manifestations of things we can actually touch, right? The glands are the adrenals, the physical manifestation, meaning the physical diseases or imbalances that might occur or illnesses that might occur because of an imbalanced root chakra include things like obesity or being underweight, hemorrhoids, constipation, sciatica, degenerative arthritis, anorexia, knee troubles. Those are all very indicative of a problem with your root chakra. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. The color associated with it, of course, is red. The sense that is associated with it is smell, right? So if you ever lost your sense of smell, or if your sense of smell is very powerful, that is your root chakra trying to communicate something with you. Because smell is one of our strongest survival senses. Like you can be blind, you can be deaf, but if you have your sense of smell, you can smell danger, you can smell a dog, you can smell fire, you can smell all kinds of things. It's a very protective sense. The vibration or the sound is lam, like lam. So listen, you ain't gotta go all Zen Buddhist or too metaphysical, right? You can just say that. You can chant that word lam while you're cooking dinner, while you're doing whatever. What's important is that vibration is felt in your body because that vibration resonates with the root chakra. And so it will activate the electromagnetic energy around it. And if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, you will. Lam. Lam. Now, if you are a meditator, you can sit and cross your legs and meditate. You can sit at your desk and do it on a commercial break when you're watching your favorite show. You can chant it. If your kids are getting on your nerves, you can chant it. Lam. That's my wusa. Wusa. Lam. It will send to you. Anyway, the foods associated with it are proteins, meats, and red foods. And if you're a vegan, don't trip. I got you. We're going to talk about that later on. The corresponding verbs are I have or I am. The incense that you should burn are cedar, but you should also burn patchouli, frankincense, sandalwood, or other good ones for the root chakra. And then gemstones, which got cut off, Our bloodstone, garnet, ruby, hematite, red jasper is my favorite. I have red jasper in my bra right now. I'm at red jasper on my person. Anyway, those stones all work. And the deities associated with it are Shango and Osiris. Now, you see Osiris, and you might sometimes see Asur. Osiris and Asur are the same people. Same people. Now, Asur is the Kemetic name. That is the name of the deity before Egypt was conquered by the Greeks, and they changed all the names. So once the Greeks came in and, did their colonizing, the colonizers, then they changed his name to Osiris. So I use them interchangeably because most people know Osiris. Not everybody knows Asur, but I prefer to use Asur because words matter, language matters, and I want to use the language my ancestors gave us. So anyway, so if you see those interchangeably, that's cool. So that is associated with Egyptian or Kemetic mythology. And then Shango is one of the Orishas, or the 7 African powers that we see represented in Yoruban tribes, Yoruban culture, and also in Candomblé. So we're going to talk more about Shango and Osiris a little bit more, but just know that those are the deities. Those are the energy centers. Those are the representations of the root chakra from our ancestral history. Shango and Asur. That's what's up. So the next time you want to address it, if you bad enough, you might not be bad enough, but if you bad enough, you're going to call it your Asur energy center, or your Shango energy center, or your Shango chakra. Yeah, you're going to fuck them up with that one, but it's cool. Okay, moving on. Listen, can I move my little thing around? No, I can't. Sorry, y'all, about my little video at the bottom. I'm going to try to work on that on the next video. So let's jump right into this. There are pages in your workbook for notes. So get ready to write some notes down. So our root chakra relates to the element earth, like we talked about, and it speaks to all solid earthly things, such as our bodies, our health, our survival, our material and monetary existence, and our ability to focus and to manifest our needs. So if you've been trying to manifest some things and you haven't, it's probably because your root chakra needs the work. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking, oh, I'm going to jump right to the crown or the third eye or whatever. Don't do that. The crown chakra is the foundation on which all things stand, all other energies stand, right? So we're going to talk about that more, moving right along. The central theme of the Asur Ashurat is the energy center that is associated with our most basic survival needs. Most basic survival needs. Also with family matters, early childhood, financial matters, parental issues, physical identity, and self-preservation. Okay. It is related to the most basic of needs like instinct, security, survival, and human potential. Ideally, when this chakra is at peace and it's balanced, it brings us things like health, prosperity, security, and presence, like to be present somewhere. Have you ever been with somebody who's not present? I mean, it could be like they're there, but they're not really there, or somebody who's having a conversation with you, and rather than being present, they're planning what they're going to say or respond or thinking about other things. That's indicative of an imbalance in your root, a root shot. So the sciatic nerve travels down through the leg, and it functions much like a root in a tree, right? Now that sciatic nerve goes down and it connects to some other chakras that are down below the root that our ancestors in Egypt taught us about. And we're going to get to that, but just lock that in the back of your mind. So it's like a root, and it functions much like a nervous system. if that makes sense. It's located midway between the anus and the genitals, and it encompasses that whole pelvic plexus, right? That the first three vertebrae of the pelvic plexus. The sound that corresponds to the Arushat energy center, to the Asor Arushat, or the Shango Arushat, or the Shango chakra, is the C note. The C note, the note C on a musical scale, resonates with this energy center. And it also vibrates with 6.8 to 7.5 cycles per second, or hertz. So in your notebooks, in your workbooks, I put a link to one of my favorite root chakra meditation songs, music, right? It vibrates at that, I think it's a 7.5 cycles per second. So if you listen to that just whenever you can, a lot of times I'll have it up because it's a YouTube video, and you can just open it up. And then when I'm at work and I have a few minutes and I'm not actually talking to somebody or whatever, I can play it just in the background for a minute, because it helps to activate the energy center, the electromagnetic energy around your root chakra, which helps to heal it. Again, I told y'all earlier, some of these things seem so simple. They're necessary. Do it, try it, and watch yourself begin to feel different. Feel the difference after a short amount of time. So, moving along. It represents the sexual organs. And it also represents the endocrine system. So in your notebooks, there is this guy, I think it's this guy, or some guy like it, with some lines on it. And I think that's on page, I don't know what page that's on, but find it's very early on. And you can complete this endocrine system activity in there. But it represents, the root chakra represents the sexual organs and the endocrine system, like the ovaries, the testes, the pituitary gland, the adrenals, and the thyroid. It also governs sexual development and secretes sex hormones. Now, this gets tricky because some of us have studied the chakras and we've always attributed sex to the sacral chakra, but we're gonna learn today a little bit something different. Okay. So, to deny attention to our foundation is to build on shaky ground. To ignore this chakra, and I can't stress this enough, to ignore this chakra or its element is to threaten our very survival. If we do not balance this chakra before we progress to the other ones, our growth will be without roots. That's why it's called the root chakra. It roots you. And so if you strengthen the other ones, but it's not standing on solid ground, it's going to collapse. And you're going to find yourself right back on this journey of trying to find peace and happiness and health. Why can't you keep that? If you're one of those people who find periods where you're doing great, and then all of a sudden it's taken from you, it's because you're not building your energy health on a solid ground with a solid root. But that's going to change today. So, ungrounded and the lack of stability if you're ungrounded and you lack stability, you won't have longevity. That's what I just talked about. We cannot deny our physical selves and have any type of coherent consciousness, a coherent union of consciousness, meaning the energy centers or states of consciousness can't be cohesive. They can't stick together, work together, flow together, because it's not built on solid ground, just like this house in this picture, right? So when we send energy down, right, from our crowns down, it's called grounding. So the root chakra is synonymous with being grounded. Grounding involves opening the lower chakras and merging with gravity. It's becoming one with gravity. So often we work against gravity, right? When we move we're working against gravity because we're forcing ourselves to do things. We're pushing our way through things. But without grounding, we are unstable and we get swept away easily, right? If you're not grounded, you get swept away easily. Our attention wanders, like I mentioned earlier, and we're not present. We're just not present. And sometimes we appear to be not here at all. Like we're not really here, right? So without being grounded, we are easily manipulated. And the root chakra is the master manifester. I cannot emphasize that enough. I know so many people who are studying manifestation, and they're taking manifestation courses, which I have one of those I'm going to offer for free as well after we finish this. But if you're having a hard time manifesting, it's because your root chakra is not working right. Get your root together, boo. Get your root right. I need to write that down. Get your root right. And we all know people. If it's not you, you know somebody who needs to get their root right. Get your root. Let me write. I like that. Y'all like that? Am I tripping? Whatever. I like that. I need to do some kind of something on that. That needs to be on a t-shirt or something. I don't know. Get your root right. Okay. Sorry about that. When things hit me, I got to run with it. That's that melanin. That's that melanin, people. Superconductor of energy. Melanin is a superconductor of energy. Superconductor of energy. Anyway, we're done with that. So the root chakra is the master manifester. Sorry, I lost my track. Because it is through the grounding where our ideas become a reality. It is through the grounding where our ideas become reality. I know that makes sense. And I know you've been trying so many different things, but does that make sense? You can't create your reality, or you can't have an idea without it being grounded. Otherwise, it's just flapping around. We'll talk about that more later. So, well, look at sister. Oh, I love it. I love seeing my people, y'all. I love it. Anyway, so in an ungrounded culture, right? Because the culture we live in, we don't promote being grounded. That's just not what we do. We don't favor the body, right? Our bodies. We have to learn to value and pay more attention to our bodies, because again, that's the root. That's the root. But in our culture, we do not value our bodies, and we don't value pleasuring our bodies. And so we develop this pain. We have this pain, right? And the pain manifests in different ways: emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, but it's there. It's there. So in order to begin to appreciate our bodies and to ground ourselves, we need to do things like connect with earth. And measurements have shown that when the human body is standing on the ground, like my sister right here, it is electrically grounded. Electrically. You know, we have an electrical system in our bodies, right? And when we connect barefoot with the earth, we are electrically grounded. There is an electrostatic field surrounding the earth. We all know, I'm not trying to take y'all back to 7th grade science, but there is an electrostatic field that surrounds the earth. And the earth has a frequency of about 7.5 cycles per second. Girl, did y'all catch that? Anybody catch that? The earth has a frequency of about 7.5 cycles per second. What else has that same cycle? Oh, that's right. The root arushat, the root chakra, the Shango chakra. Get your root right. So when our bodies, when we do root chakra work, we want to do as many things as possible. So take your little self or your big self outside. Now, I'm in Colorado. There's so much snow on the ground right now. And I know a lot of the country is experiencing bad weather right now. But If at all possible, go outside and connect with earth. Now, second best is to walk barefoot in your home. If you have hardwood floors and you get cold like I do, it might be a little tricky, but find some time in the day to take off your shoes and socks and connect with earth, and kneel, squat, get as low to the ground as you possibly can, because that is grounding. And we're still able to feel some of that resonance, some of that frequency from the earth if we're barefoot in our homes, because then there's only one layer of something between us and the earth. But when winter is over, take yourself outside and connect with earth. Walk barefoot somewhere. Just do it. All right. Where am I? All right. So, I got to drink my wine. Being spiritual means first being grounded. I think I've kind of made that point. Look at this pictures, y'all. The people, you got to love your people. So this sense of being grounded means making sure you have a sense of belonging. In order to be grounded, you have to make sure you have a sense of belonging. You have to find your tribe. You have to. You might be rocking with some friends that you've had since second grade, but y'all ain't vibrating the same no more. That doesn't mean you have to cut them off. It means that you have to find time and space and energy in your life to find your tribe and to be around your tribe and to spend time with your tribe. Now, if you're on this journey by yourself, I can be your tribe. I already had a suggestion that I do a group chat of some sort. I do not have a Facebook page for the Black Chakras, but I'm going to start one because somebody else is like, girl, get your social media game up. I was like, okay, yeah. People have been telling me that forever, and that is what I'm going to do. But I want to create a place for you to find your tribe. If it's just me and the people in this course, that's what's up. We can connect. We can do live chats once a week, once a month, whatever we need to do. But you have to find your tribe, because your feelings about your place in your own family and your tribe are reflected in your root chakra. Let me say that again. Your feelings about your place in your own family and your tribe are reflected in your root chakra. Now, what does that mean? If you have problems with your family, if you don't like the family you were born into, and there's some resentment around that, you need to let that go. And there are some journal exercises in the workbook that will help you to do that. But you have to make peace with your family. Now, understand, you might have to let some of your family members go if they're not supportive of your tribe. I know that's hard to hear for some people, but that's just a reality. And then your family doesn't have to mean the family you were born into. It could mean the family you created. Your friends, your close home girls, your close home boys, that could be your tribe. But as long as they are vibrating on your same frequency, then that's your tribe. Other people will just be friends and family. I have a friend, like I mentioned, I've had since childhood, but we're not vibrating on the same frequency. So she can't invade my energy space regularly. She's still my friend, still my homegirl. We still hang out from time to time, but I need my tribe to surround me as much as possible. And so do you, because that's going to help to strengthen your root chakra. So, there's some places in your notebook. I hope you're going to write about that. I want you to figure out who your tribe is. People who think like you, vibrate on the same frequency as you do. And make a list of those people. And then make sure your actions reflect how important your tribe is to you. Meaning, if you say Joseph and Trina and whoever are as your tribe, those are the people who vibrate with you, but you don't see them but once a year, or you hardly talk to them, then your actions aren't reflecting your need to be around your tribe. So make a list of the people that you consider to be in your tribe, not your friends, not your family. Again, I want to stress that out. stress it. And it might stress you out. But identify those people and then also write what your intentions are to make sure you are more immersed in your tribe. Okay. Now, eating is a first chakra activity because it is the ingestion of solid matter. And remember, our root shot deals with all things material, all things physical that you can touch, solid matter, right? It maintains our physical structure. Through food, we take in the fruits of the earth. So hopefully you are eating a diet full of live and living foods. The food we digest is the matter that we transform into our energy. The food you eat are transformed into life-giving energy. So if you are eating a lot of dead and denatured foods, your energy will be dead and denatured. So I'm not going to get on my nutritionist soapbox, but y'all know y'all need to eat better if you need to eat better. So anyway, our energy centers and our energy output need each other. They go hand in hand. We will talk more about foods for the root chakra later on. That's in another video, I think Wednesday. But for now, let's talk about journals. Journaling is the strongest point of focus. It is the strongest point of focus. Too many people are dismissive of journaling, but we're going to get some of that done this week. There are some writing prompts in your journal, and we're going to work on that this week because journaling is healing. It helps you reflect, and it helps you to access gray matter in the brain, right? So you can access repressed or forgotten about memories. And sometimes it might not even be that big of a deal. Something that may have happened might not be that big of a deal. Something you forgot about. However, it takes a place in our memory bodies, and then it rears its ugly heads at the wrong dang time. So journaling helps us to access that again. Access that to call up those memories, to call up those traumas that we've buried so we can address them. Because remember, memories buried alive never die. Memories buried alive never die. So we have to pull them back up, address them so that we can kill them before we get rid of them. So we're going to spend the rest of the next 2 days journaling. There's several options in your workbook. I want you to burn a candle, play some root chakra music. Again, I put that link in your workbook, but drumming music is also a very good way to activate the electromagnetic energy that surrounds your root chakra. Find some drumming music, some African drumming music on YouTube, wherever you get it. And I will try to put some links below this video. I will put some links below this video where you can listen to some good drumming music. Or you can also just play music that feels good to you and music that's going to make you move a little bit because, again, movement is a root chakra activity. Now, before you go and start your journaling, get you some stones, your red jasper or any other stone that you've decided to use, charge it and clear it. If you don't know how to charge it and clear it, it simply means you should buy a clearing spray. I have some of those available. You can get them from most metaphysical stores. And it's a spray that you spray on your stones and crystals to clear away any negative energy. And then charge them by placing them in the sunlight or the moonlight or immersing them in some salt to recharge them, to help them to reconnect with Earth, with the hemispheres. Okay. Again, it helps you to set your intentions with each stone. It helps to get rid of any other energies from other people who may have handled your stones. Okay. And then also find your root chakra affirmations in your workbook. And while you are holding your root chakra stone, hold it over your root chakra and recite the affirmations aloud. Do it out loud. Okay. And if you have time, lay down on the floor. Now listen, in the morning time, I grab one of my stones that I'm working with, usually red jasper. Red jasper is the one I have found has been the most effective for people of color. Now, you might find one that works for you, or hematite, and we're going to talk about that later on. But it don't have to be that serious. I grab it, I place it over my abdomen, and I recite my affirmations. 10 seconds in the morning, 15 seconds in the morning, right? But if you have time, lay down on the floor and place your stone over your root chakra. Close your eyes and breathe deeply and meditate for about 5, 10, or 15 minutes. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want you to think about root chakra affirmations, root chakra intentions. Think about things like how much you love your body, how much you appreciate the physical things in your life, how much you appreciate your basic needs being met. And just think about that as you hold your charged and cleared root chakra stone over your root chakra. Now remember, being on the floor is a grounding activity. And so the stone, along with the electromagnetic energy of the earth and the root chakra, is going to offer some dynamic healing power. So that's what's up for this first 2 days. I hope this has been some valuable information, but trust me, we have not even chipped the iceberg. So we're going to go in even deeper come Wednesday. So look for the next video in your root Arusha to hit your inboxes on Wednesday. Again, email me any questions you might have. I'm going to start that Facebook group and or a group chat. So if you think that's a good idea, let me know as well by answering the questions. Look at the links below. If you haven't gotten your workbook, it's on the website. So that's what's up. So I'm sending peace and blessings, light and love to each and every one of you. Because of you, I appreciate you more than you will ever know. And I'm so happy we are taking this journey together. So until next time, peace out.